Hello humanity, my name is Emilio de Jesus. Alright, I'll be making this video again, the video of the 16th chapter by Michelangelo. But before we get started, let me explain something to all you religious people out there who are watching this right now. Alright, this is my second video on this. This one I'll be pointing, then the other one you guys can watch it. It's me talking, explaining what the 16th chapter is all about. But before I get started, here's this for you guys. All religions are organized corporations made to control the weak-minded people with fear and guilt. This technique has been used for centuries. A crowd control, okay, it's for the crowd control, alright? Never argue with a religious person. All religious people believe in their own lies. The weak mental people never study the natural law. Now, law for you people. L is 12 constellations. A is the Alpha and Omega, the red sun solar system. W, number 23, again, 12, 7, and 4. Alright? God. G is 7 for you religious people. You see? The 7 constellations were suns. O, 15 passages of the red sun solar system, and we'll be explaining it today in this video, the 16th chapel. And D, the 4 elements. Okay? So if you're listening to your pastor, he's a fool, 100% stupid. Alright? It's to control you guys, to control the people. Go out there and live your life as full as you can and happy. Enjoy your life. Because you're the God and Goddess of creation. I know that I'm more than that God. I'm one with the universe. Okay? That's who I am. But you guys can call yourself gods or whatever. Now again, remember that this video is going to offend a lot of you religious people. It's going to offend you because you've been under mind control since you were a little child, like I was. I was under mind control by my parents. I broke that mind control because I studied. And believe me, the other mind control I fall under was under the ancient aliens. That's all a lie. For you people with the Area 51 stuff, that's all a lie, people. All that technology, a metal UFO, come on. A metal UFO, that's low-tech technology, okay? That's government technology. Everything that you're seeing is government technology. And I've seen a UFO with 2 jets following it early in the morning when I go to work. I've seen that one time, all right? So everything is future technology. The AI is changing our timeline with time travel. All these UFOs been buried. We reverse engineering everything to save the people from the future. Remember, right now, if it wasn't because of the chemtrails and CERN and all these technology we have, the radiation in the sun would have mostly have wiped out the human civilization right now. All right, we have 200 years of nuclear summer and nuclear winter. The 8 suns are Awaken. The red sun comes into the Leo constellation in the year 2010, and again 3010, 4010. Okay, I'll be repeating this in this video through the whole thing, so it can register in your mind. All right, and you don't have to believe me. It's on all the ancient temples, and even in the 16th chapel. But anyways, the red sun comes into the Leo constellation in the year 2010, stays in the flower of life for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. The tree of knowledge becomes the tree of knowledge in good and evil. All right, because of the red sun is in. So she changes the 6 constellations, the 6 points. She's the 7. Orion has 2 suns. So in June 2016, the red sun came into our constellation. NASA removed all the satellite feed because I had it on my old phone, and that made me angry. The Statue of Liberty gave me that knowledge. It comes in June and it's out in July. Freedom, because the 14th constellation, then they moved the planet Earth. That's rapture for you religious people. The planet Earth can be moved by the 14th constellation. The 14th constellation can take us to any of the 12 constellations. She can take us to any other sun's constellation. She can take us with us in her millennium cycle into the abyss, or she can leave us in the abyss. All right, she can leave the planet Earth. So people, you need to educate yourself. All these ancient temples, it's not about aliens or gods or anything. It's about our solar system. What happens? Remember, we have 10,000 years of light, of sunlight. In the age of Capricorn Aquarius, the yellow sun turns into the black sun because it goes into a reservoir of water. That's how the ancient people describe it. NASA describe it as a lot of dust particles up in space, and it's blocked the sun. So Earth becomes the ice age for 2,000 years. All right. Okay? And the age of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces is the third day. Let there be light. You see? Once you study astrology and you read any religious text, any ancient temples, you study the numbers, you're going to see through everything. Alright? So let's get started, people. Let's get started. Stay tuned, and it's up to you to wake up the civilization and stop this mind control. In order to save the future, everybody has to understand the truth. Alright? Understand that our DNA changes, our skin change, okay? It's mutation time right now for 200 years, alright? 2017 to the year 2217, the 8 suns will awaken. The first 100 years are going to be worse for humanity. Now again, when the people in the future, we have 8,000 years to reach the age of Capricorn and Aquarius. The people that will go live underground, and in a couple hundred years, the women that will be giving birth to the new species. Remember, the first one were Titans, then another form of Titans, then the human giants, then another form. We're in the 5th wave. We're going in the 6th wave. All right. So we have 8,000 years to go. So educate yourself, learn. If you guys don't learn and educate yourself about the first language, it's astrology. It's not English. It's not Chinese. It's not German. That's your mind control that the people who grew over you gave you. You have to understand your first language. That's nature. My first language is nature, then Spanish, then English. All right? So educate yourself and learn. Let's get started. Hello humanity, and welcome to Humanity Ancient History. This is Emilio de Jesus. This video is about the 16th chapel. I'm redoing it, pointing to the images so you guys can understand the truth. Alright? So the truth is that you have to remove all the paintings from the 16th chapel. Alright? There's all the delusion, the lie, the mind control of the human civilization. Now, I don't like to say mind control anymore because it's human stupidity. It's the humans who are not studying and not learning. It's you guys. Alright? If you're a religious person, you're 100% stupid. Alright? You let yourself be fooled by your world government and by your religious people. Because they're all one. You understand? They all want to keep you the most stupidest you can. It has to do with the education system as well. The education system is created to you to think inside the box, not outside the box. Alright? To make you be one of society. Alright? So it's up to you to change it. To tell everybody the truth, and you people need to reinvent the education system and remove all the churches around the planet Earth, because all those pastors, all those people in there are just really messed up. They're mentally disabled people. Their minds are messed up. And that's the truth, alright? They got mental issues. They got mental psychosis. Alright? So before we get started, this is the 16th chapel, alright, created by the Vaticans. This is by the Vaticans who paid Michelangelo to draw all these, okay, characters. There was like 1,500 years ago, alright, when this happened. So they were planning. They keep building and building and building up in their delusions, alright. This is wrong. If you want to save the future, you want to understand how all this works, you have to understand nature. Alright? So before we get moving on, if the education system is fake, alright? It's just an education system created to you to think inside the box. So if you graduate from Harvard University or Yale and you're a top scientist, you're not. You're 100% stupid because you can't think outside the box, alright? And that's the ultimate truth. Okay? That's 99% of the population. Anybody who graduated from anywhere. Alright, a good example, people who think that because they can spell English and everything, that's all bullshit. That's not your first language. That's your second language. Your first language is nature. You have to understand nature, how nature works. You have to understand how nature, the rivers work. You have to understand how the sun sets and rises, how that works in the planet Earth. You have to understand how the seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter works. Then you have to understand the rotation of the moon around the planet Earth, how many days it takes. You have to understand how many days it takes the Earth to orbit our yellow sun. You have to understand how many days it takes the yellow sun to orbit the Milky Way galaxy. Alright? You have to understand our Milky Way galaxy, and you have to understand our universe. Once you understand nature wisdom, then you will be able to see through all the lies. You understand this? So, let's get started, alright? Now again, if you're a scientist, and you know work with elites, because it's just the 1% who understands. All the other ones, all the other scientists around the planet Earth, they're all brain dead. You are a stupid person. Alright? Anybody who doesn't understand nature and you think you're a top dog, you are a stupid person. Alright? And I'm being honest with you guys. I understand this, then you're going to see I'm telling you the truth. So before we keep moving on, we're going to explain the Aztec calendar, the Aztec sun disk. There's many different interpretations about this calendar. Alright? You have to understand what you're looking at. It's all astrology. Alright? It's telling you how to prepare for what's coming. It's telling you how to prepare for your millennium cycles and for your galaxy, for your millennium cycles below and for your galaxy cycles above the 12,000 years. Alright? So now the images will be popping over here. Alright? So you guys can see the color version, and here's the black and white. Alright? I'm not going to be printing it in color because that would waste a lot of my ink. Alright? So here's this one. Okay? This, with the people who without knowledge, they will not understand. And then the funny thing is, you see people from the same culture, from Mexico, explaining this to you. They don't even know themselves what it is. You know what I mean? This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Why the hell you have a Mexican explaining the calendar where he doesn't know anything what it means? It's like, this is ridiculous, man. So, okay. So let's move on to the next one. Here's everything decoded. You see? All the knowledge. So you will start in the middle. Why is the Aztec, there's a lot of things in the middle you have to look at, right? A lot of things. But the first thing you want to look at, the man represents the sun, the tongue. A lot of Bibles, a lot of characters in the Bibles is ancient Aztec stories retold, alright? So this is Adam and Eve, alright? This is Hona and his wife. It has a lot of stories, right? But we get to it later. Here's the 4 seasons that you have to understand. The 4 living creatures from the Aztecs are the 4 seasons. The pyramid represents the earth. That's the Tower of Babel. Alright? They're talking about the earth. Right here, it looks white because it is when it enters the age of Capricorn and Aquarius, the reservoir of water. Earth turns into the ice age. So we always have 10,000 years of light. Right here it tells you, see, 10,000 years of light. 2,000 years of darkness. Remember, Moses is the red sun. 10 tablets, 10 commandments, you see? The Georgia Guidestone, 10. The 10 rules, that's just telling you the 10,000 years of light. Alright? So I want to show you guys a little bit of this so you guys can see it's all the same thing as the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo stole that the mannequins probably taught Michelangelo what it was all about, and he just drew, you see? But he was told to draw. Alright? So here's the Aztec. I just want to show you guys this because this has to do what I'm telling you, okay? This has to do what I'm telling you. It's all the same story, alright? I'll be explaining the Aztec, this one, the ancient Maya and Aztec Peru wisdom. Now, I'm putting it like this because all the continents were once upon a time all together. The Egyptian, China, all those continents were one. Then, because one of the millennium cycle, Earth was real hot, the tectonic plates started moving faster. That's what, and all the continents broke apart. All right. So you have to understand. You count, you will see the 15. The 15 passages of red sun is in here. All right. So you really have to look and understand. This is the same thing as the Sistine Chapel, but it's all in there hidden. I will explain this in another video. So right here is everything decoded for you. The only thing I forgot is to write these down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You see? In the middle is the 15. You see? 15 passages. But right in here is again, they will show you the 15 passages. You only have to follow the 14 constellation. Alright? So the 14 constellation is this right here. And right here. So you have to look for it. And you just count as 15. So the 16th chapel shows it real good. So let's keep moving on. Same with the Egyptians. Alright? Well, let me point out right here, look. 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. You see? Right here as well. Once you'll be able to see through it. Okay, let's go to the Egyptians. Same thing. Look. 10,000 years of light. Okay, 10,000 years of light. Then it goes into the darkness for 2,000 years. You see? The same thing. Right? Always remember, the egg gives you the wisdom. This is for you flat earthers. The earth is a round sphere. The earth rotates the yellow sun in 365 days. Okay, you see? Even the eggs is giving you that wisdom. That's for the flat earthers. They are brain dead as crazy. Can't believe they made a video. You know what I mean? It was on Netflix. The video of the flat earthers is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. Then the weird people that they, you know, I'm not sure how much it costs to fund people that do stupid shit like that. But everything you see on TV, from the History Channel, they just care about their ratings. They don't care about anything else. They're not teaching you the truth. The History Channel is all BS. Ancient aliens is all BS. Alright? When the red sun comes in every millennium cycle, it activates the 8 suns. Alright? And all the food that you guys eat is more radiation. Alright? We have nuclear summer, nuclear winter. So the food that you eat, the women who gave birth, they gave birth to mutations. Children who go through mutations. Alright? Right now, there's a lot of women in these poor countries giving birth to mutated children. Just do the research and you will see. They're not aliens, it's just mutation. Alright? So right here again, you see I filled everything out for you guys. You see? Right there. And you have to read the story, and the story is going to tell you the nut swallowed the sun. You see, you go, why the hell nut swallowed? What that means? Same thing with the Sumerians, when ink is inside the well. It's telling you the same story, alright? This is different culture that explains it the different ways, alright? Right here, this is the wheel of ancient India. Look, the same thing. Alright? Now, when you look at my YouTube videos, the old ones, I keep growing and growing and growing and growing because I never stop. This is how you grow in consciousness. You can see how much I progressed, alright? Mentally. A lot of you people will see this and your mind can't see it because you never study. You never try to do anything to progress your mind, alright? So, here we go. You see? Here's the color version so you guys can see it. The 16th chapel is a copycat of all these. Alright? So now we're going to start explaining the 16th chapel. Alright? I just wanted to prove to you guys that the 16th chapel is a copycat. Alright? So what do you need to understand all these things? Right here, I gave you guys the 7 constellations with suns. Okay, I did a lot of homework. Took me a long time to figure all this out. Since 2011, I think since last year, since 2016, on January something is when I discovered the 2,000 years of darkness with the ice age and everything. So right now, I'm a full circle. I understand everything. I understand fully how everything works. You don't have to listen to me because the numbers never lie. Man lie, man cheats, man robs you from your experience from Earth. Any religious person is robbing you from your experiencing it, for your experiencing in Earth. You should be out there enjoying your life, your creation, right? And again, the numbers never lie. It's all there for you guys, and we'll be explaining everything for you guys. I just want to put that for you guys. Here's the 7. Here's water, earth, fire, and air. Alright? 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright? Here's again for you people so you can get it. Here's the ages above. Alright? 12,000 years. Earth's rotation around the Milky Way galaxy. Here's the crystal colors. Then here's the below, the months below. Alright? Like August is above and Leo is above and August is below. You have to understand that, alright? I will explain more of it throughout the video. But again, Trinity is actually birth, death, repeat. Alright? 16th chapel, the creation of Adam, the 33 powers. The 33 powers is Earth. Earth has 33 powers for 200 years. All right. What you see here, what you see is the veil. Let us remove the illusion, the darkness, the mind control. Now the mind control, that's no more. Now mind control is the people that you tell them and they don't accept it. Those are in mind control. You need to slap them across the face a couple of times so they can see. All right. I put a video of Roddy Piper trying to have his friend put his glasses on. You know, you have to put the glasses to see through the illusions. So just watch the video. It's on my Facebook page. So let's keep moving on. Alright. So here I wrote a whole bunch of stuff for you guys. So you guys to read all this. It's all free on my Facebook page. Alright. Or in my or in my Instagram page. You can go in there, you can see it too. There's gonna be a lot of my old stuff because I'm updating everything for my book. Alright. I'm going through every single page, I'm updating everything. So now let's get started. Let's start explaining everything for you guys. Alright. Okay, right here. This is the illusion, the darkness. The people that see this, they only see the paintings, that's it. Oh, look at that beautiful, look at Jesus, look at this, look at that. Fucking idiots. That's the delusion, that's the mind control. No, don't be paying attention to that. What's the fire? Will you people understand this? What's your fire to end this crap? You people don't do anything. You're supposed to be going after ending all this BS. See, if I was a billionaire, I'd be having a bulletin board out there. When you drive down, I know that my first one I'm going to put the true translation of the word God. G7O15D4. Okay? It's all astrology. If you believe in the fish in your God, you are stupid. That would be my first bulletin board if I was a billionaire. But since I'm not, this is the only way I can try to wake up the world by making these videos and everything, and try to wake up the people who thinks, who probably, you've been programmed not to think for yourself. You know, you've been programmed, so it's gonna be hard to snap people out. It's rare. Mostly, the only ones who contacted me, it'd be women's. Okay, but the male guys, they're too dumb. The males are behind. Only girls. It's like, what the heck? Only I would say out of 20 people, only 2 guys will email me, and the rest will be girls, 18 girls. So okay. So you see, here's the illusion, the delusion. Here's the truth. You have to remove all that and start counting. Once you understand your astrology knowledge, you know what I mean? And the only reason I understand this is because I study all the other ancient temples. It's all the same thing. There's a copy from all the ancient civilizations. Alright? So, you see, this is what you have to do. And I gave it all to you guys. For all you guys who really want to study, right there, it's all for you guys. But since a lot of you guys ain't going to see it, because your mind doesn't have a spark. You don't have no light. Light means knowledge. Okay? You don't have no wisdom. You don't have nothing. Light means knowledge. Okay, when you hear one of those stupid people say they have the third eye open, no, the third eye thing is BS. You have a pineal gland that's behind your neck, okay, in the bottom. And when there's more energy, it's more activated, okay, because it can feel the frequencies of the galaxy and everything. The third eye is actually when the sun comes in every millennium cycle. It comes in and changes energy with the yellow sun. Then there will be 3 eyes in the sky. All right, I'll explain more later. But here you go. Alright? You have to understand. You have to understand how to see through the veil of darkness. Through the illusions. Alright? So let's keep moving on. So here we are. Alright? So, okay, this is backwards. Let me read what I wrote here first. Okay? So let me take this. Here's the bigger one. Alright? You're going to see it over here. Alright? So what you're seeing, these are the 4 seasons. The 4 seasons are, alright? We are located in the middle. Okay? We're located right here in the middle of the cross. Okay? We have millions of cross symbols. Look, go on the internet, put cross, you will see all the different cross symbols there are. Alright? Even the China one, the yin and yang, that's the cross for China. Okay? So the 4 seasons, where are the 4 seasons? Look, you have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We are located right here. Alright, and the cross. And the X marks the spot. Yes. Okay? So the first one, you see, is winter. Winter is water. Alright? Then the flower represents earth. Then the sun represents fire. Then the leaf is autumn, represents air. Alright? So right here, again, this represents the 4, when you read the Bible, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay, what else? The 4 rivers of Eden. Okay, the 4 horsemen. Okay, I think I said that. Well, but yeah, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The 4 archangels. The 4 corners of the earth. The 4 living creatures. Alright, the 4 beasts from below. It has a lot of different interpretation for your religious Bibles. Now again, all religious Bible for all around the planet Earth, if you have a Quran, it's the same thing. If you have the Christian, it's the same thing. If you have the Catholic, it's the same thing. If you have a Buddha Bible, here's the Buddha. It's the same thing. You have to understand nature. Alright? To understand all these things. Not even astrology. You have to understand how everything is down below. Alright? In Earth. You have to understand above and below. So, okay, let's keep moving on. Now that I explained that for you guys. You see, in my other video, I didn't do it like this. Alright. So, now here's the other page. Alright, that you guys can see. Real beautiful for you guys. So, over here is going to be the image, alright? Color image. So, I want you guys to count. Look. There's little circles in here, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, 10. Why there's only 10? Alright? Why? Why there's only 10, Emilio? What's going on here? Okay? These are the 10 ages of light. Alright? When there's just light in the earth. And I will get to it more later. So we have Sagittarius. Okay? You have to put them in the correct order, because if you don't put it in the correct order, you will never get this, right? So this is Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Aries, and Pisces, alright? So let's start again with the number 1. And God said, let there be light. Pisces, number 1. 2. The 2, okay, now remember, 1 is like 1,000. Okay, when you read the Bible, 1 is like 1,000. Okay, so you have to understand each one of these constellations and the wheel above. All right, 1 is like 1,000. The above is a reflection to below. All right, so here we got Pisces. Okay, it's of 1,000 years. That's when let there be light. So we have 10,000 years of light. All right. Then we have number 2, Aries. We are located in the Aries. We just have 10,000 years of light, our first one. Now we're in the second. All right. Now we're in Taurus. 6, 7. Okay, Cancer. 8, Leo, 1,000 years. 9, Virgo, 1,000 years. 10, Libra, 1,000 years. 11, Scorpio, 1,000 years of light. 12, Sagittarius, 1,000. Now somewhere in the middle of Sagittarius, let's say in 500 years is when Earth will start going into the reservoir water. Alright? But it won't be the ice age yet. So again, each one of these 1,000 years of light. Okay? Again, Moses and his 10 commandments. Alright? The Georgia Guidestone, 10. There's a lot of different stories around the world with the number 10. Every time you hear 10, this is 10,000 years of light. Alright? The wheel represents the universe, inside and out. The wheel above reflects to the wheel below. Cycles are never ending, always repeating. That's why we're in wave 5. We're in wave 5 now. We had 4 of these. Okay, we're in the number 5. We're in the new age of Aries. All right, this started in the year June 3rd, 2016, and I will explain more of it later. All right, but you can see Michelangelo had the intellect, the biblical astrology knowledge, and the powers of illusion. That's what Michelangelo had. He had the power of illusions. So, Only people who thinks outside the box will see through all this. People who do not accept, like every time I went to school, I knew something was wrong. My heart burst into flames. Even when I went to church, it was more into flames. I felt angry for some reason. I never understood why until now. So let's keep moving on. I hope I did a good job explaining that. So okay, the next page. All right. Let's get started. So right here you will count the pillars. That's what I call it, the pillars. There's 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 pillars, alright? So what is the 24 pillars? So the 24 pillars are the earth rotates once in every, okay, let me start again. The earth rotates once in about 24 hours with respect to the sun, but once every 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds with respect to the stars. 24 columns, earth spinning rotation on its axis, 24 hours. Complete 1 day axis, earth rotation, and causes day and night. You see? That's all you have to see right there, you see? And here's the earth. I'll give it to you guys real good for you guys right there, so you guys can see all that. Alright, so right here I gave you all the information. For you people who are really serious, who wants to learn this stuff, it's all there for you guys for free on my Facebook page. Go to my photo album, look for the 16th chapel, look for the religious, I think it's number 7, chapter 7. Alright, so let's keep moving on. Okay, so here's the next frame. Remember, the color ones are going to be popping out over here. So what are you guys seeing now? What are we going to do here? Well, just count, people. Look. We got okay, we start over from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that. 8. These are the 8 suns, alright? Remember, the red sun comes in every millennium cycle. She awakens the other 7 suns. But remember, Orion holds 2 suns, alright? So we have 7 constellations, alright? And Orion holds 2 suns. So let's read down here what I provided for you guys. The 8 suns reborn a millennium cycle. The number 8 in the Bible represents the new beginning, meaning a new order in creation. And man will be reborn again. Will be born again. The DNA changes slowly. But in reality, we have a new creation in the Ice Age, but I will explain that more later, alright? But this has to do something with our DNA, because the suns, we have more nuclear radiation in the food that we eat, alright? So even when it's, born again. Even when it's restricted from the dead into the eternal life, 73 times in the Bible, alright? It's the symbol of restoration and regeneration, alright? So you have to understand all that stuff. So let's read over here on my next page what I'll put over here. Okay? The 4 seasons are the 8 suns, alright? You have to understand that the 8 suns, with the one considered millennium cycle, we have 6 constellations, so the 6 points. It has to do with the 4 seasons below, alright? So, as you know, we have 800 years of Earth will be in the 29 power for 800 years. When the red sun comes in, Earth in its 33 powers for 200 years. So we have 200 years of climate change. We have, okay, let's explain this, okay. So in June 3rd, 2016, the yellow sun wakes, the red sun wakes the yellow sun, alright? So starting on January 2017, for 200 years until the year 2217, the 8 suns will be awakened. But the first 100 years is going to be the worst for humanity, alright? Until the suns go back to sleep. So the first sun, there you see here, Draco, that's the power 1 through 4. I learned this from the Aztec calendar. You see, I learned it from, well, not the Aztec calendar, it's another sun disk. That's where I learned that from. And here's another image. This is where the United Nations logo got their logo from. They stole it from the Aztecs, alright? So the number 2 is Polaris Ursa Minor, 5 through 8. Again, number 3, Orion, 9 through 12. Again, Orion has 2 suns. It's 13 through 16. Then we go to Dog Star Sirius, alright? That's power 17 to 20. Passion is power 21 to 24. And number 7, Hope, 25 to 26. 25 to 28. Then you will go to Destiny, 666 40D, 29 to 32. Millennium cycle. She comes in every millennium cycle. Alright? She stays in a tree of life for 6 years, 6 months. She stays, this tree of life and death becomes the tree of knowledge and good and evil when she comes in. So, alright? So, I hope you guys understand that. Plus, again, you will see the 4 seasons above. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? The numbers keep repeating. Okay? People lie, but once you understand the astrological numbers, no one will be able to fool you ever again to lie to you. And you have to pass this knowledge to your children so they won't be fooled when the day comes when everybody has to go down underground. They can be one of the ones who will go down. Because a lot of the stupid people is going to stay above. Those are the ones who are going to perish. Alright? Alright. So they keep moving on. So, what we have here now? Okay, we have to count. Okay, it's the next frame. The picture will be popping over here. So we are 1. We're going to be doing the windows, alright? So in the windows you will see, okay, we're going to count, we're going to start from here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see? 12. What these 12 represents? Well, 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. You see? So you have to understand the names of these things, alright? So let's start with the darkness. Okay, the ages of darkness are Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, alright? So we got that one. So then we got Pisces, right? Then we got Aries. Then we got Taurus. Then we got Gemini. Then we got Cancer. Then we got Leo. Then we got Virgo. Then we got Libra. Then we got Scorpio. Then we got Sagittarius. Those are the 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. Alright? So I hope that makes you guys understand what the 12 windows represents. Alright? So, remember, the 12 windows, you have to count. The 12 windows, the 12 constellation millennium cycle. One day is like 1,000. One constellation is like 1,000 years each. One complete cycle around the Milky Way galaxy is of 12,000 years. Alright? So that's for you guys right there. Who wants to understand that? You only have to count so you can see the truth. The numbers never lie. They keep repeating through all the cursors, through everything you can see, alright? Right there is all for you guys to see, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I even put them in order for you guys. Remember, in the beginning they were darkness. In the beginning, 1 and 2. In the third day, God said that there be light. 10,000 years of light. Alright? In the Bible, it says a lot. They keep repeating the stories, so the stories are the same. You have to look at the numerization. Alright? So let's keep moving on. Okay, so as you know, we talked about the 12 windows. You get more things in the Bible right here, see? The number 12, the Holy Bible numbers, alright? The number 12 appears 187 times in the Bible. 12 disciples, 12 tribes, 12 sons of Jacob, 12 stones, 12 apostles, 12 gates. The kingdom of heaven and God has 12 gates, 12 angels, 12 gates of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the 13th constellation, okay? Holds the yellow sun and the planets, okay? That's what Jerusalem. That's another one that is the Ark of the Covenant, with 2 poles on one side, 2 poles on the other side. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Okay, those are the poles, alright? So it's just for you religious people who ain't gonna believe me, who wants to believe a brainwashing pastor who's lying. This is the ultimate truth. Okay, 12 stars, 12 commentary, 12 spies. All these have to do with the 12th month of the year, alright? You see? It's all the same story, alright? As above, so below, alright? So let's keep moving on. So, what are we going to be talking about next? What does my paper say? Alright. Okay. So we're going to add, okay. Now remember, these are not windows. This is just paintings against the wall, alright? That's the 14 and 13 constellations, okay? 14 and 13 constellation, alright? So the 13 constellation has many Bible names, many stories, alright? 13 is Jerusalem, okay? Remember, this is the 13 constellation, alright? 13 constellation, alright? Let me put this paper in here. See, this is the 13 constellation, alright? Where 13 constellation, the red sun comes in for 40 days, alright? We'll get to that later. So the 13 constellation has many names and many stories. Jerusalem is one of the names. The Garden of Eden, the stone, the Ark of the Covenant, angel, the desert, mountain, from the Lost Book of Enki, the breast, the man, the belly of the great fish, the belly, alright? The throne, the burning furnace. Again, you see the burning furnace, okay? With the burning furnace. When you read the Daniel and 3 friends, okay, that's the burning furnace, and the 3 friends is Mercury, Venus, and Earth, okay. And then won't get burned or anything. You can see the picture now. It's all astrology. That's why the Daniel's 3 friends didn't get burned or anything. It's talking about the planets. Right now, Earth is getting burned when it's the summer season. It's nuclear winter and nuclear summer, alright? So again, burning furnace, great luminaire, gold, when you read the Lost Book of Enki, the gold, Odin, Eden, this Shakush, that has to be from the, oh man, I forgot the name, that's from India. Joseph, Mary, husband, you see? Mary is the winter season, and her 3 brothers is spring, summer, and autumn. Alright? Joseph holds her. Here's Joseph. Right? Here's Joseph. You see? Joseph is right here. Then you see Mary, her 3 brothers, right? So let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. Hopefully you guys are waking up, seeing everything. I'm not sure if this video is going to make a difference, will be better for you guys. So right now, above yellow sun turns into the black sun when entering a reservoir of water. Okay? So as you can see, I put the sun here. It's the age of Capricorn and Aquarius. This is the reservoir of water. You see all the paintings there? You will see the water, and all those characters are all fictional. It's just telling you, right? So when you read the NASA interpretation, we have 10,000 light years, and 10,000 light years away, the yellow sun goes into a dust cloud, alright? Space dust or something, that's the way they call it. Just look at their information and read it, but you have to see through the delusions, through the lies. So it'll be 2,000 years of darkness, so that means below, Earth would turn into the ice age because it has less radiation from the sun, alright? So now remember, 10,000 years of light. We're in number 4. We got 8,000 years to go before we enter the reservoir water, the future people. Alright? Those future people will go underground to live. So, let's keep moving on. Alright. So, removing the veil of darkness, the paintings, 14 constellations, rare solar system, the 15 passages. Okay, now remember I showed you from the beginning. Let me get those papers back out. Okay, I think I put them all separate. Where are we at? Put that one. Okay, you see? This is the same as this one, okay? 15 passages, alright? The same thing. So let's go back and put the one image back over there. So now you can count, alright? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 passages of the red sun solar system. You see? That she does in 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. She does that. She comes in every month of every millennium cycle through the Leo constellation. So it happened in the year 2010, alright, when she came through. Then she's going to do it again in the year 3010, and again 4010, the 5010, 6010, 7010, and it keeps going up, alright? But you see, that's what she does. She comes in into our 13th constellation every June to July for 40 days. For example, in the Bible says nobody knows the day or the hour. Okay, look, nobody knows the day or the hour, but we know the month of the year. You see? When I told that to my religious dad, he got mad at me. Said, hey dad, yeah, you're correct. Nobody knows the day and the hour, but we know the month and the year. Alright? When the Lord Savior comes. So okay. So I named the 14th constellation Destiny 66640D. 29 to 32 powers, millennium cycle. Destiny because all those names that I like, okay, when you read the stories, that's Isis. This is Alulu spacecraft. This is Samson. This is it has a lot of many stories. That's the Whore of Babylon, alright? Where the Whore of Babylon is actually the red sun. We're talking about the circle that holds the red sun and the planets. It has many names, many stories, alright? You have to just look at my chart and I have everything separated for you guys there. What the rest, who is the red sun and who is the 14th constellation. The 14th constellation is the disc. Again, there's thought spacecraft, you see? So again, this is David. David used 5 stones to defeat Goliath, you see? So you have to understand that. So the 14th constellation goes through 15 passages as to coming out, to becoming to adulthood, alright? So hopefully that explains that for you guys. Okay, the 14th constellation solar system goes through 15 passages to adulthood as to coming out. The 8 suns awaken, the new earth 32 powers reborn. Alright? So hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully you guys can see by me pointing it out to you guys. Okay, moving on to the next frame. Okay, so what are we going to point out now? Alright. Now as you see, when I showed you there over there before in another image, let's get one that has all the numbers. You can find one. Alright, let's get one that has all the numbers. Because this one popped out. Well, we keep these two later until we see this one. But I will explain that to you guys later. Let's keep moving on. Alright. Okay, so here's the next frame, right? What's going on here? Okay, the 16th chapter of Michelangelo, removing the red darkness, the paintings, the 14th constellation, 15 passages. Okay, we explained that. Okay, so you guys want to know what happens. Here's the image, alright, for you guys. The red sun changes energy with 7 suns. There's 8 suns in total, right? So there you go. 8 suns are awakened for 200 years. So you see, there's a lot of stories that NASA gives you. Alright? So we explain more later, but I wanted to give you guys an idea how she rotates around these suns. Alright? We will talk about it more later, but I just want to give you the visual. Alright. So here we go. Alright. Here's the next image. Okay. So you see what I was talking about. The red sun comes in with her 15 passages, and she wakes up Draco. Okay. Here's the color version. You guys can see. Okay. Draco 1 through 4. Remember, Draco is connected with the constellation Leo. Then Polaris, Ursa Minor. You have to understand all these things. Orion. Then remember, Orion has 2 suns. Alright. Remember, she stays in the tree of life for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. Then she goes to dog star Sirius, then Procyon. Then she goes to our constellation, Hope, and she exchanges energy for 40 days. Alright? Okay, that's why I say 40 days. We will get more to it when we get there, but let me bring this out so you guys can see I'm not lying to you. Here's the goddess Sisha. That was before any Bible was created. This is all from the Egyptian temples, and even in the Aztec calendar it shows you this as well. Let me show you. Before any Bible was created. Bibles are just stolen, just ancient stories retold to program the people's mind to control your minds, alright? To control the stupid people who never studied nature. Never took the effort to learn about nature. Alright? Where is it at? Yeah. Where's that paper at? Come on. Now here's a smaller version, but the big one's going to be popping out right here. You just count, you see, 40 days. This is from the Aztecs, alright? You got the 40 in there. And here's the goddess. She counted 41 days. A lot of ancient cultures, even in India, they counted 40 days. This depends in your area. Even the American Indians, they call this the blue Kashina. Why? When the red sun comes in through the twins in June, the twins are the June, the constellation Gemini, she comes in through there, and she spends 40 to 41 days, alright? So when she leaves in the month of Cancer, the red sun becomes into the blue Kachina. That's from the American Indians, alright? The Hopi Indians. And here's the god Thoth. He counted 40 days, you see? So it depends on your location, where you were at, or which Asian scientists counted what did they see, okay? So there we go. So you see, it comes in the month of June to the twins. Gemini leaves Cancer, alright? June, July, you see? This is the 40 days. So it comes in the year 2016. Then it will come back in the year 3016, and again the 4016 and 5016, same thing, okay? So let's read right here. The 14th constellation makes her or his, depending on the stories that you guys read. Okay? Went into the 13th constellation in our yellow sun solar system. No one knows the day and the hour. You see, I told you guys that, but we know the month and year. In the month of June 2016, a millennium cycle. She stays for 40 days and she out in Cancer, alright? Red sun make major changes to the yellow sun for 40 days and 40 nights out in July 2016. So now you know that the Noah story is all a lie, alright? It's an astrology story, alright? Back in June 2016 for 40 days and nights, you see? So let's keep moving on. So you see? Right here I gave it all for you guys. All the knowledge, all the wisdom. So let's keep moving on with the next frame. Excuse me. 16th Chapel by Michelangelo, 40 section. Okay, you see, this is the 40 section that I wanted to show you guys. It has to go with these. Alright. 40 sections. Okay, you see? When you count every little section in the below wheel, you see? There's 40, you see? I forgot to put the 40 in there, but you see? You just count. It's going to give you exactly 40, you see? Remember, the wheel above reflects to the wheel below. Okay, 40 days, the red sun. You see? You see how they, the people, the architect to design this, whew, super smart. Right here, you see, it's the same thing as thought when he counted. The same thing, you see. So I just want to show you guys, the numbers never lie. You only have to count, and you will see it's going to keep repeating itself. Okay. Millennium cycle, the 14 constellation red sun solar system, and the 30 constellation June to July for 40 days. What other things? The Statue of Liberty. Look, see, the same knowledge, the Statue of Liberty. You people need to learn to start looking and stop believing on the BS that your world government, all world governments are together. They're not separated. They're all one. All worlds is population control. All world governments has had Hitler. Okay? You people, when you go to the military, you join, you are actually sacrificing yourself for the future generation. You're just bringing the balance. Alright? That's what you guys are doing. It's in your contract. When you look at the Zodiac Island right here, rule number 1, balance. You see, to 500 million. So when you read any contract, any military contract for all around the world, in the beginning of your contract, it's either in the title or in the front. Balance. Alright? So let's keep moving on. Alright. So what we got here? Ooh, this is the fun one that we're going to be talking about. The human adaptation and evolution. We almost towards the end, people. So for you people who stay with me, thank you for learning and educating yourself. Pass the knowledge down. If you think you can do a better video than me, learn, do a better video. Alright? Explain everything. Alright? Understand that your education system is fake. It's just to you to be part of society from the fake world that has been put over your eyes. Alright? Like in the Matrix. Okay? Where Morpheus told Neo, this, it's the world has been put over through your eyes. It's the delusion. And when you guys realize the truth, you're going to freak out like he did in the movie. Alright? So, let's keep moving on. Alright. So, we have here, remember, 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. Look how beautiful I made it for you guys. Look. Let's explain this one. You see? In the beginning, God said, in the beginning there was darkness. 1 and 2. Okay? Then, God, in the third day, God said, let there be light. You see? 10,000 years of light. So, in what year are we in right now? We're in the year 2000. Okay? Right here, look. In the age of Aries, we're in. Then when we reach the age 10,000, that's when they know to go back to the underground cities. Alright? So again, another way you can look. Remember, the red sun comes in every millennium cycle. So it came in, back. You see, once you understand this, you will understand past, present, and future. Alright? So you have to understand this. Once you understand this, you will see through everything. You will understand what's going to happen in the future. That's why when people say, oh, nobody's going to know. I know. But you don't because you don't study. You're stupid. That's why I always tell people they're stupid. Because we can know everything. And we just teach everybody the truth. So again, here's this happened in 1017 to June. Okay? Okay? This is the 1,000 years. 1017 to June 2016. The red sun comes back and awakens everything. Then June 2017 to 3016. Then the red sun comes in here and wakes up everything. 3017 to 4016. There we go. You see, and it keeps going. Okay? So you have to understand all those things. Now, remember, Earth has its 29 power for 800 years. The 4 seasons sleeps. Then it's awakened for 200 years. Earth is at 33 powers. Alright? Then, when we complete the galaxy cycle, Earth turns into the ice age for 2,000 years. You see how simple this is? Everything here, you see? The clock of purification, the ages above. Alright? Here's my other one for you guys who don't understand yet. Before we keep moving on, we are located where are we located in the Milky Way galaxy? Here. Age of Aries, 2017 to 3016. When you watch a lot of movies, this is the monolith. This is Noah's Ark. Alright? This is the great fish. This is Nibiru. This is the earth. Alright? So you have to understand that. Alright? This is the magic of writing where the elites, they know how to confuse your minds because you never study astrology, the fool, the primitive mind people doesn't know anything. And here's where our story begins. So here's another page I created for you guys. I just shared this on I updated everything so people can understand more. That's why I always keep updating my book. I want to keep updating everything, so when I print it, and I should have been printing it a long time ago. They almost printed it, but I said no. I learned more stuff that I want, that I want to do, because it's gonna cost me about $4,000 just to get 100 copies made, and I want to make sure this is the legit way everything is, right? It is the legit way, you know what I mean? So you will have the 7, okay? Remember, we always in the cross. Let me get that one out for you guys so you can understand this a little bit more before we keep moving on. Okay, this is our astrology star map that they gave us, alright? So we locate it here in the cross, okay? Here's the 12, and you got the 4 seasons. Here's the east where the red sun comes in. Then we have the other 5s. We're here the 6th, and we have the 5, and the 7 comes in every millennium. So here's the other image. Okay, you see? You have to learn. You have to be able to see. We're in the cross. You see? Then you see how I put everything in there for you guys. Hopefully you guys can be able to see. Okay. Now, once you understand this, then you'll be able to see my chart. You're gonna be able to understand that more. All right. So the wheel above, the wheel below. All right. So the wheel above is a 12,000 years Milky Way galaxy. This is the yellow sun rotation around our galaxy, alright? So it takes 12,000 years. 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness, alright? So I put, once you get my book, you'll be able to read this, okay? June is up 1,000, Sagittarius, okay? Okay? 1,000 years. But I put June 116, as in the year 116. I got everything, because you'll be able to see to past, present, and future. That's what I'm saying. You'll be able to understand all these things. So let's go where we at right now. We in on the 4 on Aries. You see, there's June 2016. You see Aries, 1,000 years. Then the red sun comes in back in the year June 3016. Taurus, 1,000 years. Then the red sun comes in back on July. Okay. I mean June. Yeah, these are all June when she comes in on June. Okay. So we have this. Let's go back here. This is Aries. Okay. Remember, the red sun comes in every millennium cycle in the month of June. So we got June 2016 Aries for 1,000 years. Again, she comes in on the Taurus on June 3016 for 1,000 years. Then she comes back on the Gemini on June 4016, another 1,000 years. Then again, 516, 616, 716, 8016, 9016. You see, 116, 12016. Okay, then 13016. Then again, those are the darkness. Okay, right here is the age of light. Okay, here the age of light begins for 10. Then it's over right here. And the age Aquarius and Capricorn is over. That's when the Earth turns into the Ice Age for 2,000 years. That's above, all right? Then the wheel below. The wheel below 1 year Earth orbit around our yellow sun. You guys have to understand that too. Okay? So we have, okay, this is below January, 31 days. February, 28 days. March, 31 days. April, 30 days. May, 31 days. This is where we are in the cross, okay? Okay. Then you see June, 30 days. July, 31 days. August, 31 days. Now you know August is Leo, all right? It's a reflection, all right? September, okay, 30 days. October, 31 days. November, 30 days. You have to understand all those things, all right? Then here I made a little drawing for you guys, okay, so you guys can see. Okay, Earth has 29 powers for 800 years. Here's the red sun coming in the millennium cycle through the Leo constellation and stays in our flower of life for 6 years, 6 months, and days. Then she comes in the month of June to July for 40 days. The 8 suns are all of them are awakened. So Earth has 33 powers for 200 years. You see, 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. Okay, so let's keep moving on. to explain the one I'm going to show you guys now. So now that I gave you a whole lecture here, right? Now you understand 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. So we in wave 5. Wave 1, 12,000 years. Wave 2, okay? Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, alright? So you can understand that the first pieces were Titans, then the second pieces were another kind of Titans, then the first human mans were born, then again another type of giants but with elongated skulls. Then we came into the picture. So in 8,000 years, when the women go into the underground cities, in a couple hundred years, they will give birth to the new species. You see? That's human adaptation and evolution. So it takes a long time, a long process. In the beginning there were darkness, Genesis. You see? Genesis, and the Earth galaxy was without form and void. You see? Without form and void, because there's nothing. You can't see everything. It's darkness, ice age, and everything. Alright? So, I hope this woke you guys up. Again, 16th chapter of Michelangelo, removing the veil of darkness, the paintings, 14 constellations, bound together for 6 years amongst the days, 2010 to 2017. Remember, she comes in June 2016 for 40 days. She awakes and everything. But we don't start counting until the year 2017. Okay? So the next cycle to the year for 200 years. So the 8 suns go back to sleep in the year 2217. Okay? So the next cycle will be in the year 3010. Okay? So the people in that future, they should look for it. 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. It's all there for you guys. So let's keep moving on. You see? I'm giving you all to you guys. I added the sun. You see? There you go. 10,000 years of light. Okay? So you got in the first day. Okay, in the third day, God said let there be light. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see? The sun, you can see it. Then, if the people in the future have some suit or something, they can come out above ground when it's daytime. They're going to see the sun darken. In the movie 2010, The Year We Made Contact, they show you this in the end of the video. They show the two suns, the yellow and red sun. Then they show the ages. They show the age of water. Then they have a different setting, but water, fire, earth, and air. Alright? Water, earth, fire, and air. I'm not sure in what position they showed it, but you should look at the movie in the end. Alright? Just go to YouTube, I think I even have it on my Facebook page and my YouTube videos. I have it. The year 2010, the year we made contact. Just look for it and you will see what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Alright? So, here we go. Okay. So right here you will see all the numbers, everything. This page just has all the information. Alright? Again, there's a lot of different stories, but I can't see it here because it didn't print out the right way. But, you know what I mean? You have to just look at my one picture. You can read all these things. It's just many different stories from many different cultures, the books that explaining the same thing. Alright? So, now again, let's read up here. The Earth 33 powers, 8 suns awaken for 200 years purification. The Earth 33 powers, 8 suns sleep for 800 years. Alright? So, again, the Earth 33 powers, 8 suns awaken for 200 years. Okay, purification. The Earth, I have to change that to 29 powers. The 7 suns sleep for 800 years. Alright? Or the 8 suns, because the one is in the abyss for millennium cycle. Okay? All Bibles are stored in ancient astrology stories retold. Aztec, Egyptian, and India, and Sumerian, and many more. 1,000 years of light and 2,000 years of darkness. You see? Above, yellow sun turns into the black sun when entering a reservoir of water, age of Capricorn and Aquarius. Below, Earth ice age for 2,000 years. The 14 constellation solar system goes through 15 passages to adulthood as to coming out. You see? There's a lot of stories. If you guys really want to know what this means, just go on my Facebook page, look at it, zoom in, and you will see what it is, right? So there we go. Another one, the same thing. This is I guess I reprinted these a couple of times, but you see, the wheel above, the wheel below. The wheel above reflects the wheel below. Okay? Water, earth, fire, and air. You see? 3, 6, 9, 12. For example, Nikola Tesla, when you understand the power of 3, 6, 9, you will have the whole universe in your hand. Okay? You have to understand all these things. Alright, the number 7 in the Bible. Okay, these are the 7 constellations with suns. Alright, so God, all 7 bounded. Okay, 8 suns reborn, millennium cycle, new energy, frequency, vibration, and sound. There's no God. God's celestial fictional character. So the God that read the Bible is all fiction, it's all a lie. Explaining the 7 constellations with suns. So when you read the Bible, anything 7 is just explaining these 7s up here. Okay, Draco, Polaris, Passion, Doxa, Sirius, Orion, and Hope and Destiny. Okay, it's explaining all those, right? So as you see, the Bible is stolen Egyptian and Aztec wisdom, knowledge. Okay, the 7 constellations with suns used in the Holy Bible 735 times. All celestial stories. The Holy Bible, all stories, 80% repetition. So when you read a Bible, 80% of the stories is all repetition. You just repeat it over and over and over again. For example, 7 numbers of God. You see, 7. 7 is the foundation of God's word. You see, 7 churches, 7 spirits, 7 golden lamps stands, 7 stars, 7 seals, 7 horns of the Lamb, 7 eyes of the Lamb, 7 deadly sins, 7 angels, 7 trumpets, 7 thunder, 7 head of the dragon, 7 head of the beast, 7 golden bowls, 7 kings, 7 mountains, 7 steps, 7 streams. Yeah, remember, the 7 trumpets, I made a video explaining that as well. Actually, no, when you watch the video, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, What I Wonder What You Are, watch that video. Will show you when the red sun comes in and awakens the 6 points. All right, she's one of the 7s, right? So again, here's this one, 40 days. Okay, it's used in the Bible a lot. So let's mention a couple. Okay, here's the 14th constellation, red sun solar system in every millennium cycle, and for 6 years amongst his day through the Leo constellation. Okay, so you have to look at the Leo constellation in the year 2010, 3010, 4010, 5010, 6010, 7010. So sometime in January 2000. Let's say in the year 3009, start looking at your stars, all right? Into the year 3010, keep looking and looking, and you have to look through the Leo constellation when she comes in, all right? So again, it has many names, many stories. You see, again, here's the image with the sun. It's going to be popping over here. Okay, Adam and Eve, 40 days in the Garden of Eden. You see? The devil tempted Jesus for 40 days. The 40 days Babylon ancient festival. You see, when you read the Bible, the festival is for 40 days. Okay, Bible stories with the number 40. All the celestial knowledge. Over 65 verses with the number 40. Jesus, 40 lashes, 40 days in the desert, 40 days of fasting, 40 days in the wilderness, you see. Moses, 40 days in the mountain, you see. Noah, 40 days and 40 nights. And okay, for the Egyptians, and this is in the Bible too. You see, I put all the verses, Bibles where I found these things. Embalming requires 40 days, you see, Genesis. It took the spies 40 days to reach out to the promised land, you see. I put the Bible verse, Num 13, whatever. Goliath came out for the 40 days before being killed by David. You see, that's there's the Bible verse right there. Hona wormed the city of Nevet that they had 40 days until God would overthrow the city. You see, Hona 3 whatever, King James version. Jesus was seen in the earth. Okay, Jesus was seen in the earth 40 days after his crucifixion. You see Acts 1 point. You see, that's all astrology knowledge, and I put the Bible verses. All right, for you religious people who never read the Bible, who just went to church and listened to a freaking moron, an idiot. Okay, For example, if you people understood this and you knew that the pastor was lying to you guys, why you people haven't beat the crap out of him? Well, you haven't done anything. Where's your fire? Damn, do something about it. Here's another one. Alaha, strength by angelic meal went 40 days to the mount. I'm not sure. I never read that story. Well, I just, this is one of my friends who gave it to me, so I haven't confirmed it yet. But I did look for it and everything, and I found it. But right there, the Lord passes by him, the voice of God, you see? So you have to read all those things and see. But I remember one of my friends, he reads the Bible, and he gave me this one. I remember looking it up and confirming it was true, but I never read the whole complete story to see what it was about. But it's Alaiha, and you only have to look for it in that Bible verse 1 KI 19.8 King James Version. But I never read the story. But just to show you, there's another one right there. Okay. It's Sun Millennium Cycle and each freaking Rebecca. These are the 8 suns, alright? Remember, there's Basian, dog star Sirius, Orion holds 2 suns. There's our constellation Hope. We're located in the cross. Destiny, Polaris, and Draco. The 13th constellation has many names, many stories. So when you read the Bible, there's the 13th constellation, right? There's Jerusalem, the Garden of Eden, the stone, the Ark of the Covenant. Remember, the Ark of the Covenant, 2 posts on one side, 2 posts on the other side. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Those are the 2 posts. Angel, desert, mountain, breast from the Lost Book of Inky. Alright? Man, belly, throne. Okay, belly, you know, the Hona and the belly of the great fish. Hona and the belly of the great fish. The throne, burning furnace. Remember? Daniel's friends were... Daniel had 3 friends. They were, you see, that's Mercury, Mars, and Earth. Mercury, Mars, and Earth. Yeah, those are the three planets in front of the sun. They don't get hurt or burned. All right. Great Lumineer, gold from the Lost Book of Inky. You know, Aluru, when in his spacecraft, is Aluru. He saw that the gold was good. You see, Odin, Eden, Sakkur. I forgot. You know, I read so many stories. I think it's from the India Bible. Joseph is the constellation. Mary is winter. Okay, and our 3 brothers is spring, summer, and autumn. You see, yellow sun has many names, many stories. Jesus Christ, Joshua, Jehovah, Adam, Abel, Abraham, Manoah, Horus, Holy Great One, Buddha, Horon, Niguana, tongue of living fire. You see, he takes his tongue out, but the red sun, when it comes in, is the tongue of living fire. Enki, Kimpakau, Mohammed, Vishnu, son of God. That's from India. Vishnu, son of God. Logos, the word. Logos, the word. Then the master. This for a lot of different books that I read. I put who they were. Okay, these are like my notes. Okay, the 14th constellation has many names, many stories. Okay, the 14th constellation is this. Okay, Lucifer, Samson, Angel, Star, the Lord God Almighty, Dragon, Beast, below Beast, the 7 heads. Okay, so you understand all of these together is the beast with the 7 heads. All right. Ezekiel, that's Ezekiel. Enoch, that's Enoch. Nemesis, okay. Wormwood, that's Wormwood. The stone, Allah, is actually with all the 7s are 1. All right. Where's Allah? Okay, Allah. Hera, Elda, Alulu spacecraft. You see, that spacecraft. Iana, Ishtar, Phoenix, Isis, Khan, NASA Trappist 1E. You see, the Most High God, Elohim, whatever how they say it, the Jewish. Now the Red Sun solar system. Red Sun solar system has many names, many stories. Woman, Lilith, Eve, the devil, angel, Moses, Abraham's son, Cain, Lot's wife, Horror, Babylon, Hona. Okay, I think Hona is the yellow sun, right? It confuses me if the yellow sun, or yeah, Hona is the 13th constellation, so that's not what it is. Bala Eve, okay, Indu, Yashahora, Alulu, okay, Alulu. Remember, this Alulu spacecraft. That's Alulu. Anubis. Thought. Remember, that's Thought, and that's Thought spacecraft. You have to read it over and over and over to see what these characters are when you're reading it. All right. Sometimes they give you the clues, sometimes they're not. All right. Now, this is a really hard to me to pronounce. This word here, Shiva. Remember Shiva? It's the same thing as the Hopi Indians. Shiva, when you see that character, he's all blue. Same thing. The blue Kachina actually was red Kachina, but when he came into the twins after the 40 days and turned into the blue Kachina. You see? Same thing. Alpha and Omega and the Holy Spirit. You see? Now the fourth season has many names, many stories. God. Remember, when you use the word God, G is 7, O is 15, and 4 is D. You see the 4 elements. Lord God, Jehovah, Mary is winter. You see? Where Mary is winter. She's part of it. The 4 living creatures, the 4 rivers, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the 4 beasts, the 4 archangels. You see? God is the 7. You see? And right here, right there, I want you guys to go. Any church, any Mennonite church, look at the aerial view. Disney World, look at the aerial view. Any place that makes a lot of money. The cube from the Muslims, look at the aerial view. Any place from any culture, you look at the aerial view. Alright, you're going to see all the astrology knowledge from any ancient, past, and present, and future. Always look at the aerial view. It's going to be pointing. NASA as well. Look at the aerial view. Alright? There's many of them. It's just all astrology. Alright? So I hope this video will have enlightened you. Enlightened means you have the knowledge. You have the light. Alright? So, and to them people, my name is Emilio de Jesus. You don't ever have to believe me. You study nature, you're going to see the truth. If you don't study, you will always be a stupid person. Alright? Pass down the truth to your family tree. Don't let them be fooled by society. Alright? Because society is run by stupid people. Everywhere you look, it's a system of stupid people who don't know what they're doing. Alright? Okay? Bye-bye.